thank God for my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
One might love his Switch more than his girlfriend.
Man, I hope she's not listening to this. Please.
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, we're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Yeah, that's the only buttons I knew. You jump and you run. That's all you had to do. Yes. Mm, so simple. Right now. Oh no. Oh no. A tradition unlike any other.
You better than me. I forgot what show I was producing, and then boom, I hit the wrong open at the start. So too much. That was that hard. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Amon's going to his mic. This is the Gamers Lounge podcast. No guests this week on the Gamers Lounge podcast,
Oh,
but we
and
will be talking about the latest releases in video games, the top stories. And Ben and I actually found the same story. And he asked me before the show, "You mind if I talk about this subject?" And I was like, "That's the same story I'm going to do. Let's tag team it." Which by the way, it's a totally different context if you know the story.
yeah. To bed at a certain time anymore?
No, no, I go to bed at the same time. It's because honestly, this I was in sports talk radio, and it's because this sporting event was always on. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's just you drop a couple of episodes of whatever in there. I don't watch it every night, but it also helped because well, I'll just start the podcast this week. For me personally, since we last talked, I got Apple TV.
Nice.
Paid the $5 a month, and it was specifically for my pick of what's on stream this week. Is why I got it.
I'm in.
They've got a ton of great programming on Apple TV, so that's new for me since last week. One of the new things.
Is it really only $5 a month?
I think it's $5 or $6. It might be $5.99. So my brain said $5, but yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That's all. And it's so easy. Sometimes like with those apps, you're like, I don't know, and I got to do my credit card and this. You literally like scan a QR code and it's all through your phone because you're already signed into your phone.
Yep.
And it takes literally 27 seconds, if that. And you're like, oh, I guess I have Apple TV now for a year.
I had to do the same with Hulu. I was pirating off a friend of mine, and finally, at first it wouldn't let me do it, but then, like John said, the scan code page came
QR
up.
code.
QR code came up, and I scanned it with my phone and got our Hulu. So we back on Hulu now. Wife is happy. It's a happy place.
Nice. So do I have to have an Apple product to watch Apple TV, or can I watch it on my Roku?
You can watch it on Roku.
I would say
It's an
Roku.
app.
Yes, Roku is like they could do their own thing.
They welcome all companies.
Yes.
All
Yes.
anybody can jump on Roku. Yeah.
Anyone
Yeah, you can
do it.
definitely do it with that. The other thing, guys, last week I wasn't able to do the podcast because I also called on the radio volleyball. It's not
Right.
a lot of people.
How did that go?
I am an award-winning broadcaster doing that.
Awesomeness.
So we went to Maryland to play Maryland. I don't want to talk about the Mets because they lost for the first time. But the day before, on Thursday, got there Wednesday. On Thursday, we toured a little bit of Washington, D.C. So I actually went to the state. I went to the nation's capital.
the mall, the nation's mall, where it has
I went to the national
monuments, right?
National Mall too. Walked around that, saw World War II, Vietnam, Korean War, Lincoln Memorial, Washington Monument. They also have next to the Washington Monument a field of white flags to represent everybody who's died of COVID.
Oh, really?
And
didn't know that.
It is just white, and they can write messages if you want to on some of them, and it's just, I think it, the point of that, it was done by some artists, is to kind of show you visually this is what's happening. And I don't know if there's actually 600,000 flags out there or not, but it covers an entire field. It's insane. It's 3 miles of flags.
Are you kidding me? 3 miles?
Yeah,
my goodness.
I think it's like 3 square miles of flags. So put that, whatever that is.
That's interesting.
But yeah, that was really, so that was really cool. Got to go. And then I went to the National Air and Space Museum, and I took a flight simulator.
Sweet.
Whoa.
Video games.
So you practice beforehand with your joysticks, and then there's a screen in front of you. You're in a fighter jet, and you're supposed to like shoot down these other fighter jets. And so you get 3 minutes in this thing, and it's in a box, and it moves. You can go all the way around. And I get in, and I'm flying, and they're like trying to tell me to kill other jets, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So I just start doing barrel rolls, and I just start going upside down in like real life, like I'm strapped in, and it's really fun. It's a really fun 3 minutes, definitely worth it. So that was kind of where I've been at.
And so yeah, you being gone, you got your good buddy Big B says, looking good, Loki. Looking good.
Yeah. Thank you, Big B. Yeah.
So we got the green.
Halloween's coming up.
Right.
I gotta get my Loki costume.
And then October horror movie and video game month for me on Twitch.
Yeah, AG,
are you big month for you?
Are you super jacked for the new Halloween movie?
Yes, Jamie Lee Curtis. She's like not afraid of Michael Myers anymore. She's completely like I said, you punch the bully in the face. If you heard that in the beginning, that's what she's about to do. She's about to punch her evil, demonic, possessed brother, Michael Myers, in the mask, in the face with death. Yeah. That's what they about to do. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited about the next Halloween.
I've never seen the Halloween movies, but I think you just gave me a spoiler. Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers are brother and sister?
Bro, you didn't know that from the first Halloween? Come on, Ben. Oh!
You're related?
What?
Ahman is so pissed.
Dude, hold up. Time out. Are you punking me right now, or is this the Matrix? It's a glitch in the Matrix. I just want to know which one. Ben. Benjamin Yant. How did you not know that the character that Jamie Lee Curtis plays in the Halloween saga is how did you not know she was his brother?
I didn't know it either.
Come on, oh man, y'all killing me right now.
Yes.
Killing me right now.
No idea.
I don't know what to say. I'm speechless right now. I'm out of breath. You got me.
Are you telling me that was established like in the first movie?
Yes, it was established.
What year was the first Halloween movie?
I'm about to faint right now. I'm like breathing so hard. Oh, it was like 1978.
78.
Yes.
It's only been around for 40 some years, Ben.
Spoiler alert.
Oh my God. It's just like, okay, this brought me back to a moment that happened back in 2012 when I became friends with a guy by the name of Ben Campbell here in Wisconsin. Great guy. Fantastic gentleman. Has a great girlfriend, Jackie. They've been together for a long time. He needs to put a ring on it before she boots him to the curb. And if he's watching, I know he probably listens. I know he listens to the podcast, so he knows where I'm going with this. So this is when I had my gym, D1 Sports Training in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Long story short of it, I'm spotting him on squats. He just finished his set of squats, and then we're conversating in between set, putting new, barbells on the rack. And the conversation it's a Star Wars conversation. And I say to him, oh man, you see the new Star Wars is coming out. I think it was either Force Awakens. It was 2012, so I can't remember what it was at that time. Somebody could Google it. One of the greenies could Google it. Let me know. But anyway, long story short of it, when I say, oh, you're going to see the new Star Wars movie coming out, he says to me, I haven't seen any of the Star Wars. I know of the movie, but I never seen it. And I my mouth, just kind of like just now where I almost passed out with you two. I was like, this is the first time in my life. And then ever since that conversation, it just was popping up. People that I had known for years had never seen but heard of. And then it was the few people that had never even heard of the Star Wars saga. I was like, that's bad parenting. That is child abuse. That is child abuse. I had one of my oldest first cousins take me when I was like 5 or 6 years old to see Empire Strikes Back, and then the next year for my birthday again, Return of the Jedi. That's good family. That's good parenting. Everything, But when you don't have the galaxy far, far away in your life, you're gonna miss some things. You're gonna be off a little.
Yeah.
Just like you two. Not knowing that Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers are brothers and sisters. What is wrong with you two?
Man, you know what you should do? You should create like a horror movie quiz.
Oh.
See how bad we are at that.
Oh.
You can be obviously they can be really simple questions like that.
Man, you just got me all a whole nother area right now. I can't do that. Because I had to test. I had so many friends that claim to be Batman fans. When they can't answer the question who Alfred is, I'm like, no, y'all tripping. Y'all need to get out of here. I know you know who Alfred is, right?
We know who Alfred is.
You better know.
He eventually becomes Robin.
Stop it.
I'm just kidding.
John. I will get in the car and drive to Madison right now. And I don't know what I'm going to do when I get there, but I'm just going to drive. Be like, what is wrong with this dude? Don't mess with me like that, John. Don't mess with me like that.
No.
This is
I would pass
stuff.
the Batman. I would pass the Batman quiz. I would not pass the horror movie quiz.
I could hit y'all with some good horror movie stuff because I'm gonna hit y'all with details on basically like how to kill a vampire the different ways, how to kill a zombie the different ways, how to kill a werewolf a different ways. How many ways is it to kill a werewolf?
1.
No.
Silver bullet.
That's one way.
That's the only way, isn't it?
That's one way.
Oh, it's in the heart, right, Ahman?
It's silver bullet in the heart. That's one.
Didn't you just blow up a werewolf, though? Honestly,
no. That was attempted in not Suicide Squad. Monster Squad. If you've seen the movie, the horror movie, it's like more of a young adult horror movie called Monster Squad. It came out in the early '90s. They put a stick of dynamite in the werewolf's belt, blew him up, but him being a werewolf, he came back together.
Like the Terminator?
Yes. He came back together, piece by his arm, his leg, his head, his body, his torso, all kind of back together. So you can't.
By the way, when you said they put a stick of dynamite and you started going like this, like they put a stick of dynamite, I'm like, come on, where did they put the stick of dynamite?
In his belt. In his
belt. Oh, okay.
And so the other way, I just remembered. The other way to kill a werewolf is same to killing a vampire. If you kill the person who bit you. If you're a werewolf and somebody, obviously you were bitten, unless you were born into it. So obviously if you're not born into it, you're bitten by another werewolf. So you got to kill that guy or woman who bit you to be not a werewolf anymore. So that's the 2 ways to kill a werewolf or get rid of the infection. In some movies they call it like a virus or an infection. See, I got this movie stuff. I got this horror movie stuff down. I can't wait till Friday. Man, y'all got me hyped up right now. I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about right now on the podcast. Y'all got me so upset right now. Y'all got me discombobulated right now. You got me. You got me like the Packers were against Week 1 against the Saints. I'm all over the place right now. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, my friends is they don't know Jamie Lee Curtis, sister to Michael. Oh, come on. Woo.
Sorry.
Okay, let's get back to the script now. Oh man, so I went home. I'm gonna try to talk now. Normal. I went home for the weekend. Went back to Omaha, Nebraska. You know, did a little autograph signing. It was like me and some of my old teammates from college, Tommy Frazier, Jason Peter, Grant Renstrom, who, by the way, I did not know. I knew, but I didn't know, like, the correct spelling of his last name. Because when you hear Winstrom, don't you hear an N in there? Like W-I-N?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's no N. It's W-I-S-T-R-O-M. Winstrom, like Wistrom.
Wistrom.
Yeah, it's no
Wistrom.
Yeah, it's no N in there. And when I had the jersey, I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's no N. I thought it was an N. And the guy, you know, from JSA, the authenticity company that authorizes and gives the making sure the autograph is genuine. He was like, yeah, this is with it's no N. I'm like, bro, did not know that. That is my friend and teammate. How I missed that? It was just so weird. We got Greenies in the chat here talking about there are so many ways. So he must be talking about Eeyore killing the werewolf. He said, and then we got a new Greenie in here. Noise Source says Poltergeist was my first horror film back in the early '80s. Ooh, that's a golden, that's a classic one right there. Poltergeist, the first one. They're here.
I haven't seen that forever.
Hey, the first one is the truth, and the one with the old man in the black hat and the black outfit, the black suit. Oh man, he is. I had nightmares about him until my rookie year in the league, for real. I mean, he would mess me up every time I watched it. I had to watch something funny or a Disney movie to go to bed. You know. So I went home, visit family, got to go to my niece's house and her husband, hang out with them, and saw my great nephew, who is a gamer. He's about 12, and he's hardcore. He's Fortnite, he's Call of Duty, he's Apex, and he's a little bit of Madden. And last year during the pandemic, we played some Madden. He was just getting into it a little bit because most of his time was dedicated to Fortnite. And so I was like, all right. He said, can you teach me some, things about Madden? I said, of course. I'm gonna teach you. So I said, let's play. And as we play, I'll let you know what you're doing wrong and how do you adjust and all that. And we did. I watched him play, and a lot of stuff he didn't do. Like, he didn't adjust his defense a lot. He played mostly one defense, and then offense, same thing. He ran the same plays over and over again. And so obviously, I beat him, and it was just more of a teaching moment. So I taught him this, that, and the other. And since that time. So this past weekend, went home and played against my man, and he got better. Like the first couple games we played this time last year during the pandemic, I would probably beat him by like between 14 and 20 points. These three, we played. Did we play twice? Yeah, we played twice, and in both games, total, I won by a total of 7 points. One game I won by 3, and the other one I won by 4 points. And so he was picking me off. He was making me pushing me around. I was like, oh, and I was like, good game. I was like, GG's, nephew. He still was frustrated that he lost, though. He's like, no. I said, hey, you gotten better though. I said, bro. I was like, remember last year's game? He's like, yeah. I'm like, see, you got better. Did you listen, or you went online, you did your own thing? And I said, what have you been doing? He said, you know what, I've been going on the YouTube, and I found this Madden player that I like. And I've been studying them. I said, there you go.
Watching film.
Yeah. I was like, watching film. And he's 12. And I'm like, yes, I did it. Now, that's good parenting right there, Now, he already knows about Star Wars. He doesn't know about the horror stuff yet because he's 12, His, mom and dad, they regulate the horror movies, obviously, for a 12-year-old. My mom and dad just let me go. They just let me go way off the ranch. I was 6 years old when my brothers and sisters decided to throw me on the couch and babysit me with Friday the 13th Part 2. Okay, that was my doctrine.
Way too young, Ahman.
I was 5.
That's way too young.
My older sister, my older brothers, both of them, All three of them guilty of throwing me on the 5-year-old Ahman Green on the couch to watch Friday the 13th Part 2. That's the one where his mom is the killer, I believe. No, she's already dead.
Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler. So Jason's mom has already been beheaded. So her head is like controlling Jason now. He's a kid. He's doing all the killing. You know, I'm like watching this at 5. I'm like, I'm not getting off the couch. I'm not moving. If I don't move, Jason won't get me. That's how a mindset of a kid was. I was like, hey, I'm not moving. He won't.
How
get
did you
me.
even go to sleep?
I don't even remember if I went to sleep that night. I'll be honest. My mom got home from work, and she's like, "What's wrong with this baby boy? What's wrong with my baby?" She said, "Why is he stuck to the couch?" And then my brothers and sisters, they over there laughing. And then one of them finally fess up. It's like, "Mom, we put him on the couch and we turned to Friday the 13th Part 2. She said, "What is wrong with y'all kids? They were in high school. They didn't know what to do. They were kids. They were knuckleheads." Oh man. So yeah, we did that. And then this is want to talk about a little event that I'm planning. It's called MAGE. It's a Mid-American Gaming Expo. So it's one of the first in the Midwest. I say not in the Midwest, but in the Council Bluffs, Iowa area and Omaha area, because Council Bluff is literally right across the Missouri River from Omaha, Nebraska. And John, you know that. You flew in to Omaha and you playing, being a Wisconsin badge volleyball commentator, you know that. And so we having this big event. The games that will be played is Valorant and Rocket League. And so the dates are November 19th through the 21st. And right now, it's only a few teams signed up, but we're trying to get more. That's why I'm talking about it now. And so I will be posting on my Instagram more information about it. And I say, if you're in my Discord already for the Greenies, if you're already in there, I think I put it in there. I'm gonna put more information about it. So, but they have a website. It's mageiowa.com. So MAGE Iowa IOWA.com. Check it out. You can sign up. Your high school team or college team, obviously in Iowa, Nebraska, Minnesota, maybe Wisconsin. We're gonna try to get down there. We'll see, make it happen. But yeah, that's my weekend, man. I was chilling in Omaha, playing some video games with my nephew. Watched the Cornhuskers do pretty good. They lost, but that was a good loss. I like the way they lost. They're not getting their butts kicked anymore. They're getting better. So I enjoy that. I'm still getting over this Ben. Not knowing that Jamie Lee Curtis is related to Michael Myers, man.
Come on now.
I'm still up here. I'm still up here, Ben. I'm coming. I'm gonna track you down like Michael Myers. I'm gonna walk very slow and still catch you.
You can outrun me. That's one thing. For me, the last week, let's see. I went to a car show. That was kind of cool. I hadn't gone to anything long time, so that was cool. Otherwise, watched the Ryder Cup on Sunday. Watched the Brewers claim the National League Central Division Championship on Sunday.
Go Brew.
And other than that, I didn't do too much. It was kind of nice.
And actually, that's good. Not doing too much is underrated. I think people don't realize with the world today, with what's going on in the world, what has gone on, social media. I think social media plays a big factor in that because people feel like they got to be doing something, showing off something, and I'm like, nah. Like I don't think other than today doing the preview for the podcast. That was my first post in like weeks. Actually, that's the only post I do per week right now is the one for the podcast. That's it. Need a break. So yeah, doing nothing is good, Ben. I like that. To the Twitch chat, we had Noise Source says my grandparents had satellite back in the day. So after Poltergeist, I had to watch Popeye with Robin Williams to wind down before bed. That's what I might have to do right now, Noise Source, to wind down because Ben did not know Jamie Lee Curtis was Michael Myers' family. Oh man, that was interesting. And then Big B says, "What's up, Venus?" He's B-N-U-S, Venus. I don't know. Is that when did he start that? I know Big B been doing that for a while. And then
I don't know.
Yeah, and then Noise Source says my Blue Jays are tanking and F the Yankees.
I agree with that.
He doesn't, and the Yankees were hot for a moment there, right? Like a month ago, they went on a 12-game winning streak, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and then they got out of there. So, something else that's hot right now. So we're gonna get into news and trending topics real quick to get this show moving along here. And something I found, guys, that was it's been talked about before. We kind of, I say dibble dabble in it. Is now Netflix is moving into the realm of gaming. So they have acquired Oxenfree developer as its first gaming studio. So streaming giant Netflix acquired New Night Sky Studio. So that's the developer, and the developer was founded by Telltale Games employees that released a game called Oxenfree. And watching the Oxenfree game, it's kind of a creepy game. It's a horror game. It's on Switch, and they're making part 2 coming out soon. So an intriguing supernatural mystery game and after party, a bar hopping comedy journey through hell. I think y'all might like that one. John, I know you might like that one right there. So
Interesting.
It's very interesting. So now Netflix subsidiary Night School Studio confirmed that Oxenfree 2, like I said, is in development, is on the way. And they're also announcing that co-founder Sean Krinkle said that the pairing of the two is a natural fit, mentioning that Netflix mission to support diverse storytellers led to both parties joining forces together. So like the Justice League, like the Avengers, this is happening. So Night School wants to stretch out a narrative and design and aspirations across distinct original games with heart. That means that has a good storyline to it, Krinkle said. So Netflix gives films and TV, now games. Because remember, we mentioned this. Netflix is getting into games, so they're buying. This is their first game developer company, so this is huge. Getting into games, an unprecedented canvas to create and deliver excellent entertainment for millions and explore the narrative game play and Netflix track record of supporting diverse storytellers, which such as a natural pairing. So, if you remember last year, they did what was it? It was a Black Mirror episode of the camp. It was Bandersnatch or something, where you could actually select the next scene that was going to happen. So that was kind of their first dive into it. Now they're getting deep dive. Now they got the big, developer company under their wing to help develop games, and they were also developing the Stranger Things game coming out of Netflix, but that one got canceled at the moment. I don't know. I think they may finish it, may not, but that one was part of the take. But we got Night School is developing their Oxenfree 1 and 2 games that's going to come to Netflix when completed. So I'm excited about that, and it's going to also be on Netflix. On Nintendo Switch, PlayStation consoles as well, and PC. So, guys, what you think about that? Netflix getting into gaming? What they trying to do?
Including kind of those smaller indie groups, studios, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing that I think is cool is that we talked about this when this first broke, too, is that I do not believe this is going to increase your Netflix subscription price. Netflix already knows it's going to lose. All it's trying to do is attract new people to sign up for Netflix accounts. So all that stuff, I think, is, favorable to people who, have Netflix or want to get Netflix.
Right. I agree, because I say if they put a price point on it that's higher, obviously that's going to turn people away, and I think they understand the recipe. They took a page out of Disney Plus or Disney in general, knowing that if you keep a price, you want to keep a price moderate or at a level where the customers like it, because if you raise it up too high, you kill yourself pretty much in the supply and demand conversation of making sure customers stay on board of what you're doing. But obviously, then the product has to be great too. But what I've seen so far with Oxenfree, it was if you go to Kotaku.com, you can actually read the article, and they have a video of Oxenfree. I think the first one, and it's really creepy. It's really out there, and it's right in my neighborhood for horror movies. But it's a video game, so horror game horror. So, Ben, John, what you guys talking about here?
Oh boy, Ben, why don't you start?
No, you.
Uh-oh.
Same story this week. It's all about Chatterbait. Is that how it's pronounced, John?
Oh, like you don't know. I'm kidding. We saw the headline. Just the headline from Kotaku. Watch out, Twitch. Porn site Chatterbait now lets models stream video games. So. They're taking a page from the popularity of Twitch, and this website, which I'm guessing is Girls on Camera, will now support certain pre-approved video games, and they're asking for developers to give them permission to keep adding on. Now, according to the article, a lot of these games are just like sex games, I guess.
Right. Of course.
So
Larry Suit Leisure. That's what was one. Whatever his name is.
Yeah, they're not playing Madden. You know what I mean?
No.
Or something like that, because that's not approved. But it's a lot of lewd video game stuff. But I don't know. Imagine if one of these developers say, okay, yeah, you can do this, and there becomes a mix of so Twitch is over here and this website is over here. They're two extremes of what you're showing or streaming. But what if there's a combo? What if this is opening up the possibility to bring mainstream video games to a more of a risque type of video feed? I mean, that could be like the greatest combination of all time for them.
Maybe I didn't read this game, or maybe I didn't read this article, all of the finer details like you did, John, because what I took away from this article was you could stream playing these sexual themed video games where you can't on Twitch. Are you saying that people can be naked doing their thing?
I just assumed. I assumed since the name of the, since I would assume that you could just be playing video games and wear whatever you'd like or whatever you wouldn't like to wear.
Right, because of the website itself, that's what it's based off of, basically. It's a porn site where you got porn stars on there. So porn stars could pretty much do what they want. They just so Chatterbait is trying to just get the approval from the developers to bring their games and able to stream it similar to Twitch does it. So,
not mainstream games yet, but imagine if
right.
a mainstream game imagine there's a perfect crossover, a hybrid of both of this, because we already saw how popular the Twitch hot tub stuff was, right?
Right, they got very popular,
Yeah.
And
I'm not saying this is the way to do anything. I'm just saying I could see that really being a very popular option.
Yeah. Right. To the Greenies, real quick, I'll let you go, Ben. It says, Greenies say, whoa, Ben, wrong website. That was Big B right there. And then, what's up, Celebrity Showdown? Great show, by the way. Check that out, Celebrity Showdown. They have guys and girls playing golf. Similar to, right up your, Ben, John, you like the golf, I know. Yeah. That'll be a show for you. That'll be a show for you. We got to hopefully go out to L.A., though. That's the one thing.
I like LA.
What was you about to say, man?
No, I was just gonna say, what was I gonna say? Now it's gone.
Darn it!
About Big B. Big B was talking smack.
Big B was talking about you in the wrong site.
Oh yeah, no. It was something off John's point about the website, but it's gone. It might come back to me.
Okay, it'll come back to you. Also, Celebrity Showdown says.
What I was gonna say.
There you
Websites like this, Chatterbait, they'll never take out Twitch, right? Never will, because they appeal to just a small portion of Twitch overall audience. But at least this gives people that want to do things like this or watch things like this, they now have an option. So if you love porn and you love video games, Chatterbait, that's your website.
There you go. But I saw this coming. This is something where it's not as far.
That's what she said.
I set you up for that one. Celebrity Showdown says featuring Sapphire Club. That's the strip club. So just so you know, Ben.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I mean, so now these game developers that are making the risque games, yeah, they can be like, oh, we're open for business. I'm not going to turn that down. They want their game to get out there. That's what developers want. They want to get their game out there. Real quick. And then Big B is always remembering stuff about both of you. He says, remember when Ben was thinking of a name for his planet for this or that when Spider Tiff was here? Do I remember that? What did you come up with, Ben? What did you say?
That's why he calls me Venus, or that's why he writes...
Gotcha. That's why. Okay, that's okay. That was the answer to that. Got it.
Where Venus came from. Okay.
There we go. All right, Ben.
Make sure you enunciate that B and you don't enunciate a P.
Business. I'm trying to do that right. Like Venus, business. There you go. So business. Want to take this or this or that, please?
This or that. All right, guys, this or that, straight from the mind of Ahman Green. Would you rather go to dinner alone or go to a concert alone? Oh, that's an easy one for me. I'll go first real quick.
Okay.
Dinner alone. Well, dinner alone. Because I feel like, and even though I don't go to concerts, I feel like if I'm going to a concert, I want to experience that with another human. If I'm going to dinner alone, I'm okay just eating by myself and
Me too.
having that experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm following you up there, John. I'm comfortable going by myself. I've never been to a concert solo. Every time I've been with multiple people.
You're so wrong. Both of you are so wrong.
What?
Because
Let's hear why, man. Let's hear this.
When you go on to eat by yourself, you are literally singled out. You're sitting by yourself in your own space. When you're at a concert, nobody knows you're alone. You're in this massive humanity. It's a family. You've come together. It's a band. You follow the music you love.
Yep. You're right. That's a good
So
point.
that's why I would much rather go to a concert alone than eat alone.
That's a good point.
Good point. But my point is, going to dinner alone is so rewarding. When you get to experience something like that, like going to the movies alone, you realize sometimes that, oh, this is actually not as bad as I thought it would be. Because when you think of doing stuff alone, kind of like what you just said, Ben, people being there and it makes it a better time. But it's like, I've been to dinner by myself and had a fantastic time. Conversating in my brain by myself, conversating with me, full disclosure, or just observing people on dates or with the family. You get to look at that and be like, you know what? Okay. But I'm by myself. I'm good. I'm having a nice, goody old jolly time.
All right, next this or that, fellas. Relive the same day for 365. That's 365 days, or lose a year of your life. Oh, like you either have to do that, or they take a year of your life
right.
away.
It's Groundhog Day for 365 days, or you take a year off. A year.
I mean, in the movie, Bill Murray tried to kill himself because he was so frustrated being stuck in that. But he didn't know it was only, like, if he knew for 365, he could probably handle it better. I'll go relive the same day for 365 because eventually you're going to perfect that day. Probably somehow find a way to make a ton of money. I'll do that.
Boom. Me and John are on the same page today. I'm saying with you. I will do that and perfect the day. Because you've seen it's a lot of movies out. Even recently, they put out a few movies where you basically relive the same day, but you see the person getting better and better and better and better at whatever is happening in that day. So boom.
I would just simply watch the biggest sporting event with the biggest amount of money, start with however much I have, keep doubling it, and you would probably you'd be the richest person in the world.
You go Biff style. That's how Biff did it in Back to the Future.
Yeah, they'd probably stop you, be like, dude, you can't put $1 billion on this game.
I'm going to. Watch me. So what you got, Ben? We already know. We kind of got an idea where you're going.
No, I think I have to agree with you guys. I was trying to think of why I wouldn't agree with you guys, but I don't want to give up a year. I don't know where I'm at on this.
Okay, well, in the Twitch chat, Celebrity Showdown says concert for him. You can find some people to hang out with. And then Big B says dinner alone. I get to choose where I get to go for dinner. There you go. That's an advantage. And then Celebrity says 365 would be maddening after a few times. A little bit insane, maybe. All right, next item on the list. What's up, Ben?
Yeah, no. I was gonna say I think it would drive me crazy perfecting a day, but then having to start that day all over the following day for 365 days.
No.
That's crazy.
I would have fun because I would change it up. Like, all right, I did this the other day. Let me do this today, see what happens. That's what I would do. I'll be mixing it up every day.
All right, next this or that. The beach or the snow? Which would be harder to live without for a year?
This is the easiest this or that we've ever done. It has got to be beach. You can live without snow? Come on.
Yes. This is easy breezy.
Beach.
All day, every day.
And any one of our listeners who has to deal with snow in the wintertime is also saying the beach. If you don't know, you probably never had snow.
Exactly.
All right. Ooh.
It's a good
this
one.
Or that. Flopping in the NBA or taunting in the NFL?
Which rule don't you like? Basically. Because I know y'all y'all watch enough NBA. The flopping is it's ridiculous, and they get called most of the time. And now the taunting is ridiculous in the NFL and college football, by the way. Games have been won and lost because of this taunting rule that they don't really have quite defined out. So,
right. Well, I'll say this. I know what you're saying with the taunting, but I'd rather have no taunting or less taunting because it could lead to less, fights, basically. Better sportsmanship.
Right. I like to see us. Definitely a sportsmanship.
Yeah, so I'm okay with that, even though I do agree with you that it's not where it needs to be. But flopping in the NBA is a daily, nightly, play-by-play occurrence, and some of them are just ridiculous. Somebody doesn't even get touched, and someone flies back. Yep, like they just got shot.
Right.
It's a problem in the NBA. Yeah.
I'm gonna go taunting too in the league. I say I could deal with the flaunting. The flopping, because it's like in soccer too. I could deal with it, but it's like, but I like how the referees, like some of the referees ain't no joke. They be like, man, come on, get your butt up. Like, let's go, let's get out of here, But the NFL, it's like, come on, guys, y'all got to figure out where exactly you taking this taunting penalty. If it's can you celebrate, but you got to go this way. You can't turn towards the player, stuff like that. So you got to know that in the heat of the moment. So. Just so you know, that's where I'm at.
So
what you got?
Is this what I don't like, or which one do I like?
I don't like what you don't like.
Okay. So what I don't like flopping the NBA for sure, but I also don't like taunting in the NFL because I don't think the NFL can clearly define what they're looking for to throw a flag on, which is mind-boggling to me. I'll cut the torn. I guess I'll go both.
Yeah, I just think it's funny. But like flopping in the NBA is hilarious to me. I was like, you're not getting that flag. You're not getting that foul. You're trying. Good try. Good Oscar moment. And then, but the taunting is actually changing games in the NFL right now in the early season and college football. So that's where I'm like, man, come on. Get a defined reasoning of why you're going to throw that flag and then why is it being, the team being penalized. All right, next this or that, fellas. Idris Elba or Henry, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Henry
Cavill.
Or Henry Cavill, who would be the next James Bond?
That's a big question. Yes.
Is this like in real life?
Yeah.
Between these guys?
Yeah. So these are one of the two. It's about a handful of guys that are going to potentially, once Daniel Craig is done after this next movie, he is done. So he's done now. The movie's already coming out. It's already been produced, pre-edited, and all that. Post review is done. So Notorious Afro in the chat says Idris. I think she has a crush on Idris Elba.
But here's my problem with that.
He's so good.
But okay. I gotta look up how old Henry Cavill is. But Idris is 49.
Yeah, he's almost 50.
Henry Cavill is 38. So you would think if you're a producer of James Bond, you'd want to go with the younger actor, right? Because they could do more movies.
Daniel Craig, how old was he when he took over?
Daniel Craig's like 70.
Not trying his mid to late 50s.
I'm gonna guess he's 61.
He's 53, so he's 4 years older.
Oh, he's 50.
So that means he was doing it since his mid 40s, basically.
Yes.
So I don't think being 49 or 36 matters. I think it has to be obviously the person who embodies James Bond at their audition or in other previous movies for the writers and the directors for this movie. But if I'm one of the writers or directors, obviously I want to change the game. I want to do something a little different, and I'm gonna do Idris Elba. And he's been in a lot of good movies, a lot of different roles. He's been a badass. Awesome. Yep, he's been a badass. He's been a murderer. He's been a comic book, well, not a comic book hero, a comic book semi-villain, anti-villain. So in the last Suicide Squad, he played Bloodsport.
So had an appearance on the TV show The Office when he was the boss for a while. I'll go with Idris Elba.
I gotta watch that. Yeah, I gotta watch that.
All right, do we all pick?
Ben, who'd you pick?
I'm gonna go Henry Cavill, only based on age. If he's 38, a number of more movies, maybe 5 movies, like I believe Daniel Craig did over Idris Elba. So Henry Cavill.
Remember, Henry is busy doing Witcher because they got a new season of Witcher coming out on Netflix. So.
Are you going to choose a Netflix series over James Bond? I don't think so.
I'm just saying his time. Does he have time to do James Bond? That's all.
That's true.
Yeah, Notorious said, ew, Ben.
Thing. I think Idris is an awesome actor. I really do. I'm sorry.
No apology. It's no apologies here. It's our choice. You made your pick. Nice. That's your pick. All right, what's next?
Link or Zelda?
Ooh. And I just read this fantastic article in Game Informer magazine talking about why there hasn't been a Legend of Zelda game where Zelda is the hero and she's not the damsel in distress, which she always has been since the beginning. From the first Legend of Zelda, she's always the one that Link is saving. And it's like somebody wrote an article. It's like, why don't we flip the script and have her saving Link or saving the kingdom of from Ganon or whoever the monster demon that they're fighting. I'm like, oh,
Are we gonna do that too for Mario Brothers?
maybe. I know Chris Pratt is getting
Princess
backlash right now for that. By the way, being
For what?
For Mario being he got picked as Mario's voice for the cartoon, and it's like if you read the articles, people are not happy about that. People are not happy at Chris Pratt right now.
For a voice?
Yes. Or the writers. They're either mad at the writer, director, or maybe Chris Pratt. I don't know. Read the article. It's
Wait,
out there.
there's a Super Mario CG movie?
Yes. Kind of like what they did with Sonic. But obviously it's going to be more cartoon than real live action than Sonic was.
Don't know. Okay, I've got the voices, by the way. Could go off on a tangent. Chris Pratt as Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Black as Bowser.
Yep.
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, who's Luigi?
They didn't forgot about. Well, they can. You know what? They can just make me Luigi. There you go. They got Joe Rogan up in this thing. I could be Luigi. Luigi.
Oh. It's a me. It's a Mario.
It's a Mario. It's a Mario.
All right. Did you guys answer?
Yes.
I'll go
no.
Zelda.
I said I'll do Zelda as well. I said I wouldn't mind.
Zelda.
Yeah. And because they have her fight, she's ain't no joke. She lays people down. Boom.
Okay. Last this or that for today. Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich or Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich. I don't know why we got to get our chicken sandwiches spicy. I don't like spice at all. I'll go Popeyes because I love that chicken from Popeyes.
Love. Nice plug. I love the plug there, John. I wish we need to get them on board now. We gotta get Popeyes on board.
Hey, John, why don't you go look at the tagline for Chatterbait while Ahman and I finish this?
Oh,
I'm gonna go Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich. I've had them both, and Popeyes is really, really good. My favorite.
Okay. I haven't had them both. I've just had them at one place, Popeyes spicy chicken, because that's what they do. Just like what the Colonel said, I'm not gonna question why a burger place making chicken sandwiches. Just like that, I don't make hamburgers, something like that. Whatever he said, there you go. Because I'm like, really, in coming up with this one, I was like, it's Popeyes and there's all these other places trying to make spicy chicken sandwiches now. Burger King, McDonald's, Sonic. Like
Taco Bell's got
Taco Bell, and they don't even know what they want, a taco or a sandwich. They confused over there.
Right.
Like Taco Bell don't know which one they want. Is it a sandwich? Is it a taco? They haven't even debate. Like, come on, man. What's wrong with you? Figure it out. You should have it already figured out. So, Popeye spicy chicken, all day, every day.
Game released.
Yep. Game releases.
Release the games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
Oh, is that a dog? Is that a dog in there, John? So my game release was that is John's dog. Yeah. My game release of the week is FIFA 22 coming out this Friday. They got Mbappe back on the cover, which he was a cover athlete last year, and FIFA is notorious for putting the same athlete on multiple covers. They did it with Leo Messi back in probably like 3-4 years ago. He was on there. And what's coming to FIFA is a lot of stuff. They got a lot of fun. They got early access. They have ones to watch, performance-based programs, the FUT Heroes, which is like Madden Ultimate Team. So it's FIFA Ultimate Team. And so if you got early access, if you're an EA player, an EA Play member, you get you start your journey real early with a 10-hour trial starting on actually just started later last week actually on September 22nd. So you get full access for the game on PC, and you can pre-order. You get an Ultimate Edition, full game access. Then comes out actually a couple days ago on the 27th. So you got already. So if you're like a part of EA Play, you're already playing this game, and you get an untradeable 80 to 84 overall player pick and a 10-game loan of Team of the Week. So that means all the little cards, the virtual cards you get, all that fun stuff. Then limit access to the FUT friendly, so you can play games. And then on top of all of that, you kick off one to watch early with OTW player squad building and SBC available, exclusive early access. And ones to watch is basically up and coming players, and so that launches on October 1st for FUT. So they got a lot of good stuff. So you can head over to EA.com, go to the FUT page, pick the FIFA game 22 to get all the information. They got a whole lot of stuff. You can get packs of Team of the Week and packs for your FUT team that they have all there available. So if you haven't done it, it might be a little too late, but it's okay. The game's coming out on Friday. Just get the Ultimate Edition if you want to spend an extra couple bucks. So it's out Friday, FIFA 22 with Mbappe on the cover. Go check it out. I think it's in its usual price, probably like 50, 60 bucks, you know. And I say go to Steam. Steam is always cheaper. So it's on PC, Xbox, PlayStation 5, Series X, all the fun stuff. All right, guys, what you got?
All right, action role-playing game Darksiders 3 is now out on the Nintendo Switch, or it will be on September 30th, whenever you're listening to this.
Yes, that
so,
was it.
The apocalyptic Earth in Darksiders 3, a hack-and-slash action-adventure where players assume the role of Fury in her quest to hunt down and dispose of the 7 deadly sins. The most unpredictable and enigmatic of the 4 horsemen, Fury must succeed where many have failed to bring balance to the focus that now ravages Earth. This includes Darksiders 3 and 2 DLCs, The Crucible and Keepers of the Void. $39.99 is what that is going to run you. Again, Darksiders 3 out September 30th on Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
All right, for me, I went with Hot Wheels Unleashed. Doesn't that sound cool? Like, once again, when I pick my games, I'm like, what game sounds cool? What game do I want to buy? Hot Wheels Unleashed for the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Switch, Xbox, basically everywhere. It comes out September 30th. If you're watching this live, that is tomorrow. So you can build your own collection of cars. You get behind the wheel of the coolest, fastest, and most legendary vehicles. You can build tracks. You can race. And it's really cool. And according to one of the reviews from Forbes, it looks stunning in 4K. So it really looks kind of cool. And, you know, like when we had Hot Wheels as a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd always build those tracks. And you'd have them race around the tracks.
Yep.
Like, get out of here. You need to build your
That
own
little,
tracks.
you don't want that little silver thing to pop out. Then you can't connect the electricity.
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't flow.
Then it doesn't flow. So there you go. So Hot Wheels Unleashed. It's basically out on every single platform. And it looks pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. Like, apparently the graphics are amazing. And that to me, like, it screams fun. So that just looks like fun. When I see Hot Wheels Unleashed, I see toys, I think fun.
It's Hot Wheels. You can't mess up Hot Wheels, you know?
I hope not.
Yeah, to the Twitch chat real quick. Celebrity Showdown said, so shout out to Celebrity Showdown. I did the show. I told you guys we're playing golf, and then also we're raising funds for a charity. So the charity was with Hallie Ledbetter, who is a part of the PGA Golf. She is a commentator for LPGA, and she was able to win $2,500 for her charity. Puppies and golf. So it was a fun show. I actually did it with another Twitch streamer who has 1.4 million followers, and his name is Bronx. He is Māori. He's from New Zealand, and he does wood carvings of their native Polynesian statues on his stream. So can't beat that. I can't do that. So, but I watch him. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude and very fantastic at what he does and creates for his from his culture that he shares with everybody on Twitch. So check him out. Follow him. Bronx with a BROHX. Bronx. All right. Last segment of the day. Your favorite, Ben. Because you like this. What I'm about to do.
I was waiting for you to say it.
Go do it. Go do it.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the... sorry. Excuse me. It's time for What's on String.
Oh. There you go, man. You got me all sweating now. Well, I know you got me sweating from the first thing about Jamie Lee Curtis, not knowing that she was sisters with Michael Myers. You already had me sweating. So I'm going to finish off this sweat fest with a great show. It's back on Netflix. Sex Education. is a fun episode or a fun series. It's in season 3 now. So you got a teenage boy with a sex therapist for a mom. So just imagine that your mom was a sex therapist. Just imagine that.
I saw. Come on, I watched this too.
Right. Just imagine that though. You what would you do? Would you really sit there and have conversations with your mom about having sex?
Well, you think your mom, if this was your mom, is going to try and have conversations with you about that? I think that was just for the.
My mom did. Okay, let's just start that. She wasn't even a sex therapist, and my mom did. So I'll just throw it all out there. You know.
I think she totally would. I think you'd be used to it.
Yeah. So in this series, we got the mom is a sex therapist, and so what the son does, he teams up with a few friends of his to basically he becomes the in-school therapist because he's getting the questions answered from his mother, and he brings them to school to help his friends out, and he's getting paid on top of that. So he got a little money making scheme here, and it's been in season 3. You know, it's been 2 other seasons. So if you haven't watched it, get caught up. It has a great show. It covers everything. You know, obviously from the whole lives of being a high school student, but being a girl, being a boy, being a gay boy, you know, a gay boy and lesbian. You know, they cover everything in this series, so it kind of hits all aspects of life that we're living in today. So I love this show. I say all inclusive series that has a lot of great actors in here, young actors, and some of the actors you might recognize when you see them. But it is back on Netflix now. Check it out. I know I am gonna binge it probably this weekend because it's hilarious and educational.
No children around. Watch it after dark.
Yes. Unless their children are like 19 and above. There you go.
Oh, sure.
They're teenagers, so there you go.
Yep.
All right, what you guys watching?
All right, I'm watching, or I did watch, I should say, the new documentary on Muhammad Ali. It was on PBS. Ken Burns did it. Ken Burns is the guy that did, like, I feel 40 hours on baseball, this documentary, which had hooked me then. So when I heard he was doing one on Muhammad Ali, I was instantly fascinated by this. And I felt like I knew a lot about Muhammad Ali, being a big sports fan, and really being kind of a boxing fan too, especially of Ali's. But there's so much in this documentary I did not know, like specifically his connections to both Malcolm X and
Martin Luther King?
No, he was on the fringe of Martin Luther King because I don't know.
Elijah Muhammad. Was it
Elijah Muhammad? Yes, that's who it was.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff I didn't know about that. I didn't know that him and Martin Luther King Jr., they didn't necessarily agree on how they both thought America should be. I'll leave it at that. But This is a really documentary. There's 4 2-hour episodes, and you can get them on PBS, commercial free. It's really good, so you should check it out. New Muhammad Ali documentary.
Yeah, that was during the civil rights movement back in the mid '60s. So definitely, big, important part of United States history at that time.
And you saying that? Where can I get this?
You said PBS. PBS, nice.
Does PBS have an app?
I know on it's on demand on my stream on DirecTV.
Yeah.
You can type it in and search it.
Okay, my pick for what's on stream this week. I mentioned that I got Apple TV.
Yep.
And the reason I got Apple TV was to watch this show, and that show is Ted Lasso. It's the show that I've heard a lot of people talking about. If you don't know what it is,
it's Zacchaeus. What's his name? His last
Jason.
name?
Jason. How do you say his name?
You just had it, John. Say it.
You said it. Zacchaeus.
Jason Sudeikis.
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 That's right.
All right. So Jason Sudeikis is a coach, and he had coached some Division II, I believe, college football. Was very successful. Was going through a divorce, and then a Premier League football team, soccer, overseas, fired their coach, got new management, and the new owner of the team hired him so she could tank the team. And it's all about him just trying to earn the respect of his players. And there's a bunch of different storylines, and it's funny, and it's really well done. I would definitely recommend Ted Lasso. Jason Sudeikis is hilarious.
Yeah.
So I got into that, finished season 1 already, and I'm about to start season 2.
Yeah, I believe, and they got it. I think they won an Emmy Award for best TV show comedy.
Yep.
This past year. So. I like Sudeikis. Yeah, what is it? Horrible Bosses. he was already on the map before that movie, that series
Yeah.
of movies. Those 2 movies came out, but he hit it out the park, as they say, during them
Yeah,
2 movies. Him and Charlie Day, they did a good job. Hilarious.
And real quick, they had 20 nominations for that show, and they won 7 Emmys, including outstanding directing, outstanding sound editing. I got it right here. Outstanding directing for comedy series. It's just a ton. And like you said, he won lead actor in a comedy series.
Wow, nice.
Supporting actress went to there. Another supporting actress went to there, and outstanding comedy series, Ted Lasso.
Wow, that's impressive. That's impressive. And I would say to the Twitch chat here, I think we talked about this last week. Was Eeyore says Squid Games on Netflix? Didn't you? Was that you, Ben?
I just saw a preview for
I
that
just watched
today.
it. I'm not sure if it was Ben or maybe it was Shane or Brock that was watching Squid Games. But I brought it up to me in a conversation. But that's on Netflix. I haven't started watching that one. That one's pretty. It's like Hunger Games with a twist. Yeah. It's not. Well, you're not dealing with kids now. You're dealing with full-grown human adults that gotta have a Hunger Games style of competing against one another. That means to the death, just so you know. But I'm gonna check that out too, and then talk about that here on stream. And then I'm trying to think any other shout outs. Everybody, I'll say back to the quick questions earlier, real quick. Then we'll get off this thing here. I saw Eeyore says he also agrees with you. Hot Wheels Unleashed, John. That's a nice one right there. So, and then we had Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. Comment from Big B, which is still crazy to me. Really, Seth Rogen? He don't even like video games. Let's just start there first. I know what they're doing. He has a big following. He has a big following. That's all.
It's Donkey Kong.
Man, you gotta get somebody to play video. They could have got me. They could have got you. Could have got John. Could have got anybody on Twitch to play.
Would have done it.
To play Bowser. Come on. Writer's director of that movie, whatever that movie is named. I don't know. But I want to say, thank you. I want to appreciate everyone for tuning in for the podcast today. We got through actually probably our shortest podcast in the history of the Gamers Lounge. Pretty good. Good job. Right. But had a fun time. Thanks for everybody engaging in the Twitch chat. Eeyore, Big B, the usual greenies in here. Celebrity T Showdown. Shout out to y'all on your show. Hope to be on it again soon, and I will bring Ben and John on because we can do it virtual. Obviously, we can still do it. We'll ask more questions and actually play. We'll actually play a golf game, and there's a golf simulator that you could download to your PC, guys. So if I get asked to do it and bring you two on, you're gonna have to download it, and we play golf. It's a simulated golf game, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty dead on in terms of how accurate and the swinging the club, picking out your clubs and all that, wind speed. It's called Links E6, and it's on Steam. So yeah, and it's a free game. You can download it, so don't have to worry about the price on that, guys. So that was from Celebrity T. So shout out to them in their TV show here on Twitch as well. And then Big Boomer says thanks for. Oh yeah, so me doing the show, they basically gave me 25 gift or sub giveaways. So they just gave the 25 sub giveaways to everybody in the chat here. So appreciate that to Celebrity T Showdown, and like I said, appreciate to all the greenies and everybody tuning in to the live stream here, and then everybody obviously when you download the podcast, rate us and review us. We love the support. Keep this thing going for sure, and we'll be maybe back next week. I don't know, maybe not. But if we do, we'll be talking about this or that, game releases, what's on stream, and obviously the trending topics in the video game world. So, hope everyone enjoyed your week. I know I am, because Friday it's going to be October. I can't even say it right. I'm so excited. October Horror Movie Month and October horror movie video games. It's going down. So I will be streaming them as much as possible. Follow me on Snapchat, Ahman Green. I'll be snapping all the times I watch a horror movie, which would be all 31 days. All 31 days watching a horror movie and playing horror games. Dead Space. What else? What I got over here? I got a lot. I just can't find them right now. I gotta get the guys out of here. So, Ben, let them know where to download the podcast and what they
Apple
need to do.
Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts, you'll find us. Just search Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
All right, and that's a wrap. Thanks for everyone joining the show and listening in to our rambling fest, tangent, flipping, and our opinions about certain things. And obviously this or that, and game releases. So see you next week, maybe, and talk to you later. Peace out. I don't know where to go here. I don't know where to go. Where
I love ending just doing weird things.
No.